The main thing is you don't have to care anything about the user's hardware. You just import Caste and it will do it for you. Now I'm going to show you how it works on Mac. Git clone Caste, cd Caste, make. Okay, now it's building Caste and now it's run the tests. We have a build folder and we run Caste. Developer. What's the reason? Developer. Unified memory, Apple Silicon. Caste by RAM. Not applied. Hardware facts. RAM, 24 gigabytes. Physical cores, 14. Logical test, 14. GPU kind unified. Extra video RAM bytes, 0. Has discrete GPU, false. Is Apple Silicon true? Is Intel Arc false? And it's a developer class machine. Now that was a pretty decent Mac. It decided it was developer machine. Now let's use a bit more of a classic machine, and we're going to use Windows 11. So I'm going to copy that. Clone that. We get a CD into Caste. We're going to run make.bat. There we go. So now it's building Caste. Then we run the tests. Now we have a build directory. CD into the build directory. We list the directory. We CD into release. And there we have caste.exe. We run caste.exe. And it says user. And the reason is because it's got an integrated CPU, not that much RAM, it's got not that much CPU. Look at the hardware facts. It's got 8 logical threads and 8 gigabytes of RAM. No special video RAM, no discrete GPU, isn't Apple Silicon, isn't Intel Arc, so it's a user. This is Windows 11 Home to 21H2. This is a Dell XPS 9305, which was cool about 5 years ago. 8 gigabytes of RAM, not much else. So that worked pretty great. I mean, it's a user machine, it's solid. You know, the Dell XPS is a solid, my old Dell SBS, it's a solid machine. You know, you can do a lot with it. But being limited to 8 gigabytes of RAM, integrated, no GPU. So it's a good machine. It's your baseline machine. Somebody would go into a shop and buy one of those today, they'd probably have, unless they bought the most uber cheapest machine, they'd probably have something like that. Right, let's look at some other machines. So, there were some physical machines, but let's make life a bit easier. Okay, let's do Arch Linux. We're going to run the make command. And it's built it, and it's run the tests. So now we're going to cd into build. We're going to run Caste, and it's user. Why, do you ask? Because we're giving it 16 gigabytes of RAM, we're only giving it 4 cores. We haven't given it any video RAM. So integrate GPU, RAM cap, CPU cap. So I haven't given it enough CPU or RAM or GPU, but you could twiddle with the settings in Vertman, in the virtual machine manager, to tell it we've got an NVIDIA card or something. But for now, I've just the virtual machine device. So it's user, so it's a good quality user machine. I mean, very fast and performant. Good old XFCE, good old Arch. Let's get out of here. Shut down. Quality stuff. Right, next. So we did Windows 11 earlier. Now we do Windows 10. We're told it's an Intel Core 7 with 2 processors. We've given it 16 gigabytes of RAM, 64-gig operating system. Windows 10 Pro, 20H2, OS build 1904 to 1706. Not as cool names as Resolute Raccoon or whatever. Developer command prompt, make.bat. So now it's building Caste. And it's run the tests. And it's happy. Yay. So now we go into build. And we go into release. We do dir. And then we do caste.exe. User. Caste.exe. Hardware facts. Who's next? Dora. Welcome to Grub. It's installing updates when I didn't ask it to. That's not Windows-like at all. How much am I using? I'm using 11 gigabytes of memory. Let's open another one while that's doing that. So let's go for FreeBSD. Let's play that while Fedora's doing its stuff. FreeBSD. Gotta love a bit of BSD. If you ever get annoyed with Linux and want a break, have a week on a BSD. Pulled that and then make. Building Caste, it's building the platform support. Kind of build all the BSDs on all the BSDs, which may not be required. I may be able to detect which BSD I'm on, and the test pass. And then if we go to build, and we do Caste, user, hardware facts. I've given it 10 gigabytes of RAM, 4 cores, and none of those discrete things. No discrete CPUs detected, RAM cap applied, CPU cap applied. And also, here's one I made earlier, PyCast, time is dot. There we go, and I'm gonna do Python, and I'm gonna do import cast dot detect hardware facts, cast word, BSD working great in C, working plus, working great in Python. For some reason, the people who run the PyPy repository only support Windows, Mac, and Linux, which is bad because Mac is based on Darwin, which is based on FreeBSD, so Mac is essentially a BSD. So if you support the proprietary BSD, you should support the FreeBSD too, right? But they don't. Can't do anything about that. But so BSD, fully happy, fully running before Fedora's got his boots on. Come on, Fedora, you can do it. We love you, Fedora. Yeah, here we go. If you have a Caste 2 installed on your system, it'll use it, and if you don't, it'll download it. That's how posh CMake is. It can use the dependencies in your system, and it can go and get dependencies too. And it runs a test, and the test pass. And we go to build, and we go Caste, which is a user, of course. It's a virtual machine I haven't given much to. I've given it 16 gig of RAM, 4 cores, no GPU. But anyway, that works. Happy days. Right, here we go next. OpenBSD. Nice. Then we're gonna make. Just gonna build it. We'll just get support for every BSD. Might change that. And the test pass. Super. OpenBSD, fast, secure, great. And then I go into build, and I go Caste, and it's user, and it's got hardware facts, and so on. And I did a Python one as well. Source vn build activate. Remember the dot? Source is a dot on BSD. Get that wrong every time. Right. And then we are going to do Python, and we are going to do import cast and cast detect hardware facts, cast detect cast word user. Brilliant, hey? OpenBSD runs Python packages, even complicated Python packages that have C++ library in them. Works beautifully. Still don't know. It's kind of weird. The Python setup.py handles BSD perfectly, the same as every other platform. And it produces a wheel, same as any other platform. And it's basically a zip file. And all PyPy has to do is take an upload of the zip file and give it back again. But it only does it if it's Windows, Mac, Linux. Don't understand. Somebody write and tell me why. Why? Brilliant. OpenBSD. Excellent. Love it. Always loved it. Loved it. This is the first time I used it. Always loved it. Now NetBSD. Also good. They're all good. Open. Remember to press open. And NetBSD is in green. What Matrix is based on. The BSDs have come around since 1978. Linux comes out in 1901. The current version of Windows, I mean, it's based on Windows 7. That comes out when? Very recently. macOS X, very recent. BSD, 1978. Stable the whole way through. Why aren't PyPy supporting it? I don't know. The weirdest thing I found out in this little adventure. We have NetBSD. Let's make it bigger. Look at this thing. Tetris! It comes with Tetris. How do we use it? J, L. Oh, you have to wake up. L. Let's try again. L. L. See, who doesn't love an operating system that comes with Tetris? Remember what the commands are. Alright, wake up. Not exactly showing off my Tetris skills here. The music. Okay, if we get a long one, we'll undo the damage that we did. Probably should have done that. Or that. Now we get a long one. Finally. See, faith in me, I'll get there in the end. See, when the good people at PyPy, the good people at PyPI decided not to support BSDs, did they know that NetBSD came with Tetris? That would have made all the difference. Yeah. Woo! Right. What are we saying? We built it. We run the tests. Build. Cast. You know the score by now. User. Hardware facts. Love these eyes. Looking at everything I'm doing. Ooh. The nice. So it works, user. We've got a man page. It's got yeah, the C++ library. If you're building a C++ application, you can include Caste. If you've got a Python application, you can install Caste. If you install any other languages, then use the C++ library and then you'll be fine. And it's green and it's gone. Excellent. Good job, NetBSD. Who else we got? Dragonfly. Booting in 7 seconds. Or now if I press 1. Yep. Nice. And then we're going to do make. Make.sh if you're on anything. Well, make.bat if you're on Windows. Make.sh on anything else. Make.shell anything else. Oh, it's super fast. Dragonfly. Look how fast you are. Can't catch that dragonfly. It's too fast. And we're going to do cast user hardware facts. All the stuff. Oh, it looks like we've got the Python one on here as well. Not source. Dot, get it right. Bin activate. And then Python. And then we're going to do import cast. See, every BSD has fantastic Python support. My library works on it out of the box. It builds out of the box. The same code, Python code that builds everywhere, runs on this. Beautiful. All the BSDs are beautiful. And I can make a wheel, but I can't push it to PyPI. Stop getting distracted by that. So, Dragonfly works. So it runs on all Linux, all BSD. Caste runs for everything Mac. Let's have a look. What am I saying? That it runs on Ubuntu, Windows. Again, it was Windows 10 and 11, so we did Windows 10 there. macOS 15, Alpine, Fedora, FreeBSD, NetBSD, OpenBSD, Dragonfly, Arch. So it should work on Windows 7 later. Any Linux, really. Any Linux, any BSD. Mac, and the ones I haven't got to yet. So this is how to use the C++ library. You include the header, Caste. Here's what to put in your CMake file. Instructions for Python are inside Python. So the top level is the C++, and then the Python stuff is in the Python. There we go. And if you build it, you get the executable, which you can use in Bash, things like that, the command line. So we've got GPU kind here. 0 is no GPU, 1 is integrated, 2 is unified, and 3 is discrete. How much bytes of video RAM you've got, how much bytes of RAM you've got, how many physical cores, logical threads. So I hope you enjoyed that little tour. If you're writing an application and you want to configure the defaults for the different systems, then use Caste to get a hardware t-shirt size. If you've got more ideas about how we can improve this thing, how we can maybe give extra interesting stats to the developer, then please get involved. github.com/death/cast. You want to support more OSes? Then let's do that.